Hello guys, we will learn pattern matching in this session. Let me first tell you what is the meaning of pattern matching. So pattern matching is nothing but searching the particular pattern in the given string. What is the meaning of pattern? It is nothing but the sequence of some character. Okay, so what we are doing, we are searching the particular pattern is present in the string or not. Okay, so let me give one example. Suppose there is a string, that is our input. India won the series, that is our string, and what is a pattern which we want to search, that is won. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to just find whether the won is present in the given string or not, and that is present at the index 6. So you can see here the index of this I is 0, index of this n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So what will be our output? Yes, 1 is present in the string and the index of the 1 in the string is 6. So found at index 6. So that is nothing but basically the pattern matching. Now pattern matching can be achieved using many methods, but in this session we are going to learn two methods. That is, first is comparing the pattern with all substrings of the string having length same as that of the pattern. We will see this in the subsequent slides. And the second thing is, or you can say the second method is nothing but finding the pattern with the help of table, and that is very similar to the finite automata which you might have learned in the course theory of computation. So in this session we are going to learn the first way, and that is nothing but the comparing the pattern with all substrings of the string. Okay, so for that let me take one example. Let me draw the string over here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So this is our string, and let us suppose this is our pattern which we are looking for. Okay, so first 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is our pattern. So let me write down the indexes of these cells underneath the cell. So here it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11. Now we have the pattern index like 0, 1, 2 and 3. So in this method what we do, first we create, or you can say we find all the substring of the string with the size equal to 4. Why 4? Because the size of the pattern is 4. That's why we will find all the substring of the string with size 4. Okay, now let me find out those substring. Let me first change the color. Now this is our first substring that starts from the index 0 till 3. Okay, this is our first substring. Okay, now we will check, or we will compare this pattern with this substring. If it is not equal, then we will go for the next substring. Okay, that is from 1 to 4. If it is matches, then we will return the index 1, that because that substring is getting started is starting from index 1. And if it is not matches, then we will go for the next substring. And what would be the last substring? The last substring will be here, that is from index 8. Why? Because after index 8, that is from index 9, the size of the substring would be equal to 3 or less than 3. So we are not looking for those substrings which are having length less than 4, that is the size of the pattern. So that's why we will search all the substrings from index 0 to 8. So total how many substrings are there? 9 substrings. Why 9 substring? Because after 8 index, or you can say from 9th index, from here all the substrings we need to skip, because the size of those substrings will be less than 3, less than or equal to 3. Okay, so this is the way in which we perform this method. So how many substrings we will get, that can be we can find it out using the formula, that is nothing but the size of the string minus size of the pattern, okay, plus 1. What is let me note down the values over here. What is the size of the string over here? That is 12. In this string, how many characters are there? 12 characters, so that is 12. Okay, then what is the size of the pattern? 4, and plus 1, that is nothing but equal to 9. Okay, so we will get 9 substrings, and we will check our pattern or compare our pattern with all of these 9 substring one by one, and if that pattern matches with any of the substring, then we will return the index of that substring, or we will return that the pattern is not present in the string or not found in the string. Okay, so let me quickly take one example, and then we will go for the C code of this particular method. So let me draw the substring. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. Let me write the value of the substring, that is Maharashtra, that is one of the state of India. Maharashtra, that is my string. Okay, Maharashtra. Okay, so this is our string. Now we will write one pattern, and we will search that pattern whether that is present in our string or not. So the pattern is, let us suppose, ARAS. Okay, now the index of this M is 1, 0 and 1, H2, A1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, the index of this A is 1, 0, R is 1, A is 2 and S is 3. Now what we are going to do, we are going to find the first substring of the string Maharashtra. Okay, what is the first substring? Let me change the color. Let me go for the blue one, and this is our first substring. Okay, so that is our first substring. Okay, so this is our first substring. Now this is our pattern. Now we will check the first character of substring and pattern, that is M, that is first character of the substring is M and the first character of pattern is A. So we will compare these two. Now these two are not matching, that's why we will go for the next substring. Obviously the remaining characters we do not need to check. Why? Because obviously for matching all the characters should match, and if even the first character is not matching over here, so we need to go for the next substring. Okay, so let me go for the next substring. And what is the next substring of the Maharashtra? The substring which is getting started from index 1 to 4. So this is our second substring. Now again we will check the first character of the substring and the pattern, that is both are A and those are matching, that's why we will go for the second character of the pattern and the substring, that is nothing but H and R. Now these two are not matching, that's why we will go for the third substring. Okay, so first and second substring are not matching, so again we will go for the third substring, and that is nothing but with the index which is starting from with the index 2. Okay, now this H is we will match with the first character of the pattern, that is nothing but A. Now these two are not matching, that's why again we will go for the next substring. Okay, so what is the next substring? Here is the next substring which is starting from the index 3. Now this is our next substring. Now we will match this A with this A. These two are matching, that's why we will go for the second character of pattern and the substring. Both are R, so we will go for the next character, and that is nothing but AA. Again these two are matching, so we'll go for the next character. Now SS. So again these two are matching, so that means this substring is completely matching with the pattern. So we can say that this pattern is found in the string at the index where here, that is 3. So what would be our output? Then the pattern is found in the string at index 3. Okay, so let us see the working, or you can say the code for the same program or method of pattern matching. So for that I will go for one empty file. First of all, let me save this file, pattern.c. I will use pattern.c. okay, and first of all, obviously the first line in the C code is always hash include, so that is used for including the library file. So I will use stdio.h. so this is the library which we are using, which we will be using. Actually the printf and scanf functions are used in the C program, so for that purpose which we use this library. Okay, now the very first function is nothing but the void main. Okay, so obviously we have to first take two strings from the user. The first will be the string and the second is the pattern. So let me have a variable for that two strings. So that is nothing but the character array. The first will be, let us suppose, mstr. Okay, this will be our string. Okay, then we will have the pattern. Okay, so pattern, the size of the pattern, let us suppose we will go for the size with 5. Okay, you can go for any size, but it should be less than the size of the string. Obviously the string pattern which we are looking for should be smaller than the actual string. Okay, again we will have two integer variables also, int v, int let us suppose ml. So that is nothing but, in this variable we are going to store the length of the main string, that is string, and in the PL, that is the length of the pattern. So in the PL we are going to store the length of the pattern. So these are the 4 global variables. Why I have stored these 4 variables as global? Because I am going to use it in the functions also. So in the main function also, and in the function which I am going to write for the pattern matching, in that function also I am going to use these 4 variables. So that's why I have declared these 4 variables as global. Okay, now first of all let me prompt to the user for entering the string. Okay, so enter the string. Okay, so I will use scanf function for getting string from the user and use %s. Okay, so %s basically it will not work with the space, so I'm hoping, or I'm assuming that there will be no space in the string, so that will be stored into the mstr. Okay, so next oh my god, so next will be printf, where I'm going to ask user to enter the pattern. Okay, so let me make this E as capital. Okay, so scanf, again I am going to use %s and pattern, that is nothing but the variable I have created for storing the pattern. Now let me first find out the size of these two variable, two strings, size of the string and the size of the pattern. So ml will be equal to strlen, right? Strlen, this is the already function provided by the provided in the string.h file. That I have to include that file also. So here I will write mstr, so it will find the length and it will store the length into the ml. Okay, so here it is hash include string.h, right? And then I will find the length of the pattern using pl is equal to strlen, and here it is pattern. So it will return the size of the or length of the pattern and will store it in the pl. Now I will call the pattern matching function and it will return index if the pattern is matched, or if the pattern is found in the string it will return index, or otherwise it will return -1. So obviously I have to store that value in some variable, so I will use index variable for that, and here it will be pattern matching function I will write. Okay, pattern matching function. Okay, and then we will check if index is equal to -1. If it is returning -1, that means the string is not found, right? The pattern is not found in the string, right? So printf the pattern is not found in the string. And there will be else part. If it is something else or something other than -1, so obviously the pattern is found in the string at the index %d. So this thing you are already knowing, right? You know a little bit of C language, right? So how do we print the value of the variable? Using %d, or integer variable using %d. So this is nothing but the actual code. I need to write now what is the working of pattern matching. So for that I will write code, the definition of the pattern matching over here. So it will return int, the return type will be integer, then name of the function, it is not taking any argument, so this there will be nothing in the opening and closing bracket. Now what I have to do, I will use 2 or 3 variables over here, I, j, k. I will tell you why these variables are needed. So first for loop would be for all the substrings, so it will start from the first index, that is 0, and then it will go for the last index of the last substring. That will, I have explained you that the size of the main string, that is ml, minus size of the pattern, that is pl plus 1. Okay, so plus. So basically this condition or this loop, for loop, will work for all the substrings. Okay, from first substring to the last substring. Okay, so this I have already explained you how this we have computed this, how we have got this equation. So there I have already explained to you. Then I will use j for j equal to I. Why j equal to I will explain you later. I will explain you later. Okay, so for, then I will go for k equal to 0, k less than. Now this second for loop is for checking all the characters of pattern matching with the current substring. Sorry, all the characters of the pattern with current substring. Okay, this for loop will compare all the characters of the current substring, or you can say of the current substring with the pattern, or this for loop will compare all the characters of pattern with the characters of the substring. Okay, so this for loop will start from will run for k equal to 0 to k less than size of the pattern, that is nothing but the pl. So k plus plus. Okay, so here I will check whether if pattern of k is not equal to mstr, right? Mstr of j. Okay, so I need to break over here. If it is not matching, then I don't want to check the next character of the substring. Okay, that's why we are giving break over here. And if it is matching, then I will go for the next character. So for that I will increment j, and k plus plus will point to the next character of the pattern, and j plus plus will point to the next character of the substring. Okay, that we will see while working of this for loop. Okay, now if k is equal to kp, kl means what? Sorry, pl means what? If k is equal to pl, why k is equal to, when the k will be equal to pl, when all this character will match. When all this character will match, that means this break is not executed. If the break is not executed, this for loop will end only because of this condition. Okay, if the break is executed, then this for loop will end because of this condition. Means the one of the character is not matching with the one of the character of the pattern is not matching with the character of the substring. But if this for loop is breaking, or you can say ending with because of this condition, that means k is equal to pl. And if this condition is happening, that means all the characters of the pattern are matching with the current substring. So we need to return the index of the current substring, and that is stored into I. How? We will see later. Now here, now suppose if this return is not executed, means this condition has not occurred. If this condition has not occurred, that means what? This, if we have checked all the substring and this condition has not occurred, means no substring is matching with the pattern, and that's why we will return -1. Okay, so if this return executed, so the function will be over at this time only, and this for loop will never end. Okay, the function is, this for loop will end because this return is executed. This for loop will end because of the two's condition. Either this condition will execute, or this condition will be true, or sorry, this condition is false. So this for loop will end because of the two condition. First, that this condition is false or this condition is true. Okay, so if this condition is true, that means we are returning some index, that means pattern is found. And suppose this condition is false. If this condition is false, that means all the substrings are checked and no substring is matched with the pattern. That's why we are returning -1. Okay, so any of these two return will be executed, not both both returns will be executed. Why? Because whenever we are returning anything, the function ends there itself. Whenever we are returning, the function ends there itself. Okay, so we are returning I whenever we are matching with any of the, if the pattern is matching, completely matching with one of the substring, and if it is not matching with any of the substring, then we will return the -1. Okay, so this is the meaning of this to return. Okay, now we will run this code, and then I will explain this for loop, okay, further with the example. Now let me compile this code. So it is giving index. Obviously we have not declared index, so I have to declare index. Okay, so I have declared index now. I think there will be no error now. So now there is no error. Let me show you. Log window is not there. So see, you can, sorry, one error is again there. Let me compile it once again. So see, here you can find that 0 error, 0 warnings. Okay, so let me run the code. Okay, so let me give the same string as example, Maharashtra. Okay, and then pattern as ARAS. So pattern is found in the string at the index 3. So this output is correct. Let me go for some pattern which is not in the string. So Maharashtra, and the pattern is, suppose AHR. Okay, so pattern is not found in the string. So the code is running successfully. Okay, now let me explain this code. Everything else is already explained. So let me draw the string first. I will go for the same string, that is Maharashtra. So this is our string, and let me draw the pattern. This is P, and now PL, that is nothing but the length of the pattern, and it is equal to 4, as there are 4 characters in the pattern, and ML, that is the length of the string, that is nothing but 11, because there are 11 characters. Now before going for actual iteration of these two for loops, okay, these are the two for loops which we need to understand. So before going for the actual iteration using this example, I will first explain the meaning of these two for loops. Okay, so the first line is over here, the first for loop is over here. Okay, so this for loop means it will iterate through all the substring of the string having length 4. Okay, because our pattern is of length 4, that's why we will see all the substrings which are having length 4 in the string. Okay, so when I is equal to 0, that means our first substring. Okay, the substring which is starting from the index 0. Okay, when the I is equal to 0, okay, when the I is equal to 0, then our substring will be this one. Okay, the substring which is starting from 0th index and having 4 characters. Okay, so MAHA will be our current substring. So when I equal to 0, our current substring will be this one, which is marked by red color. Okay, when I is equal to 1, when I is equal to 1 I am talking about, so at that time the current substring will be this one. Okay, so the current substring will be the substring which is starting from the index 1 and having 4 characters. Okay, And what will be the next substring with the I equal to 2? When I equal to 2, the next substring would be from index 2 and 4 characters. So I is basically the index of the current substring. Okay, I is basically the index of the current substring. So index of current substring is 2. Okay, so when I equal to 0, the current substring will be this one. So in the beginning I will be always equal to 0. Now how many such substring will be there? As we have seen already, the formula for that is size of the main string minus size of the pattern plus 1. So here for this example, the size of the main string is 11 and the size of the pattern is 4 plus 1. So it will be computed as 8. So total 8 substring would be there of size 4, and which will, for that the value of I will be 0 to 7. Okay, the value of I will be 0 to 7. So 0 means first substring, value of I is 0, then first substring. Okay, when value of I equal to 1, second substring. When a value of I equal to 2, third substring, and so on and so forth. When value of I equal to 7, then the 8th substring. Okay, let me draw this everything once again. Now what is the meaning of second for loop? Okay, so second for loop will check all the characters of the pattern with characters of the current substring. So when I equal to 0, what is our current substring? Our current substring is this one. Okay, when I equal to 0, our current substring is this one, and this for loop will check all the characters of our pattern with the current substring. Okay, the current substring is completely matching with the pattern, then this for loop will end because of this condition. Okay, when all the characters of pattern will be matching with all the characters of the current substring, then this for loop will end because of this condition. Okay, and if any of the character of the substring is not matching with the character of the pattern, then this for loop will break because of this break. Okay, so this for loop will end because of this break. Okay, so let me repeat once again. If all the characters of the current substring is matching, let us suppose what is the current substring, I equal to 0, so our current substring will be this one. Now this substring, this for loop will match this current substring with the pattern. Okay, if any of the character of the current substring is not matching with the pattern, then this for loop will end because of this break. Okay, and if all the characters of the pattern are matching with the pattern characters of the current substring, then this for loop will break because of this condition. Okay, if this condition will be false and the for loop will end. Okay, so let us see the iteration of these two for loops. So initially I will be equal to 0. Okay, so when I equal to 0, this condition will be evaluated. So condition will be evaluated as 0 less than this. What is this? Is equal to 8. What is this? This is equal to 8. ml minus pl plus 1. ml is 8. Sorry, ml is 11. pl is 4 plus 1. So it will be evaluated. Will be the evaluation of this will be 8. So 0 is less than 8. 0 is less than 8. So it is condition is true. It will come inside the for loop. Okay, it is come inside the for loop. Now this instruction will be executed. Okay, so this instruction will be executed j equal to I. Now what is the meaning of j? J will be pointing to the, or j will be used for iterating over these characters of the current substring. Our current substring is, as I equal to 0, our current substring is this one, right? This is our current substring. So j will be used for iterating over the characters of this current substring. Okay, so j will be used for iterating over this. So first time the j will be pointing to m, then j will be pointing to a, then j will be pointing to h, and finally the j will be pointing to a. So j will be used for iterating over these 4 characters of current substring. Okay, then that's why the j equal to 0, because I equal to 0, that's why j will be equal to 0 right now. Okay, now we have k equal to 0, so k will become 0, and obviously k will be iterating over the element characters of pattern. Just like j is iterating over the character of the current substring, k is iterating over the characters of the current pattern. Okay. Now as the k is less than pl, the value of k is right now 0 and the value of pl is right now 4, so 0 is less than 4, so it will come inside the for loop. Okay, so it will come inside the for loop, and then it will check this condition. So this condition is what? Pattern of k is not equal to mstr of j. So this is mstr of j and this is so m, and pattern of k is nothing but a. So m and a are not matching, m and a are not matching, that's why this condition is true. This condition is true. Both are not matching, right? This is m, sorry, this is a and this is m. Both are not matching, so that this condition is true. Okay, so this condition is true, that's why break will execute. As the break is executed, this for loop will end. Now it will check whether if k is equal to pl. Now k is 0 and pl is equal to 4. Okay, so let me tell you, this if condition will be only true when this all 4 characters of the pattern will match with the 4 characters of the current substring. Now the current substring is MAHA and the pattern is ARAS, so these two are not matching, that's why k will not be equal to pl. Okay, so the condition will be false, so this will not be executed, and then I++ will be executed. So I++ will become 1. Now that means what? We are moving forward for the next substring, and that what is the next substring? Let me draw. So this is our next substring. This is our next substring. Now I is pointing, I is equal to 1, that's why our next substring is the current substring actually AHAR. Okay, now again it will check whether the condition is true or false. Now I is equal to 1 and this is 8, right? This is 8. I is equal to 1, 1 less than 8, true. So it will come inside. Again j will become 1, j will become 1. Okay, k will be equal to 0. So k will be equal to 0, k less than pl, true. The value of 0, k is 0 and the pl is 4. Okay, so 0 less than 4, true, it will come inside. Okay, so now what will be executed? This will be checked. Pattern of k is not equal to mstr of j. Pattern of k is what? A, and mstr of j is what? Again a, this one, no? J is equal to 1 and k is equal to 0. So this a and this a, so both are matching, so this condition will be false. This condition will be false, so if will not be executed. Okay, so if will not be executed, that's why this j++ will be executed, right? This j++ will be executed, so j will become 2. Okay, so after j will become 2, it will increment k++ or it will increment k, so k will become 1. Now 1 is less than pl, yes, 1 is less than pl, 1 is less than pl, pl is 4, right? 1 is less than pl, it is true, so it will come inside this for loop. Okay, now what will happen? We will check this condition, right? This condition for pattern of k is r, k is pointing to k1, no, k is equal to 1, so p of 1 is r, so k is pointing to r over here. Okay, and then mstrj, okay, master string of j is 2, so it is pointing to h over here. Okay, it is pointing to h over here, so it is h and r, so these two are not matching, so this condition is true. So you can say this condition is true. Okay, this condition is true, so break will be executed. So break will be executed means this for loop will end. Okay, this for loop will end. Now again it will check whether the k is equal to pl. Remember that what I said, if this condition will be only true when all the characters of the current string will be matching with the characters of the pattern, but right now all the characters are not matching, that's why this condition will be false. Okay, so it will come over here, I++, so I will become 2 now, I will become 2. Okay, so 2 is less than 8, this is 8, right? So 2 is less than 8, true, correct. So now j equal to I, so again j will become 2. This for loop will be restarted, so it will be k equal to 0. So again j equal to 2, so again I is 2, so what is our current substring? Current substring is nothing but this one, right? Because I equal to 2, right? So j is pointing over here है ना, and k is pointing over here. So pattern of k is pointing over here and master of j is pointing over here. So a and h are not matching, that's why this if condition will be true. So this condition true, break will execute. Again break will execute, so this for loop will end, and this will again, it will be again false. Okay, so now again I plus plus will be executed. So I will become 3, I will become 3, 3 less than 8. This is true, 8, right? So this is true. So it will come inside the for loop. Now I is 3 and j equal to I. So j equal to I will be, j will become 3. Again this for loop will be restarted. So k will become 0. So 0 is less than 4. PL is 4, right? So 0 is less than 4, true. It will come inside the for loop. Okay. So inside the for loop, you will check pattern of k is not equal to mstr of j. Okay. Now what is the current substring? The current substring will be this one, because I equal to 3. So current substring will be this one. Now you can see that this A will match with this A, this R will match with this R, this A will match with this A, this S will match with this A. So this for loop will be executed completely. So the value of k will be, when this for loop will end, for the value of k equal to 4. Okay. So this break statement will not execute. Okay, that's why the value of k will be equal to 4. Okay, so because for every character of this substring, this for loop will execute. So when this for loop will end, the value of k will be 4. Value of k will be 4, and now we will come over here. Okay, so k equal to PL. Right now the k is equal to 4 and PL is equal to 4. So this condition is true. Why? Because all the 4 characters of the pattern are matching with all the 4 characters of the current substring. Okay, so that's why these 4 characters are matching. That's why this condition is true, and that's why we are returning I. That is the index of the current substring. Okay, so that's why we are returning I, and that is stored in the index of the current substring is stored in I. That's why we are returning I. When the pattern will be matched with any of the substring of the string, in this way it will work in this way. Okay, now we can go for another string. Okay, so for that I need to erase once again all of this. Okay, so here is the example. Now in this case the pattern is HARS, the string remains the same Maharashtra, but I have changed the pattern, and this pattern is not there in the string. Okay, so when I will be equal to 0, okay, let me change the color first, and when I will be equal to 0, this substring will be compared with this pattern. Okay, now as M and H are not matching, so this break will execute, right? This break will be executed as M and H are not matching. Okay, so this will increment I, right? Directly this break will execute, and after this break will execute, as the value of k is not equal to PL. So when will the k will be equal to PL? When all the characters of the pattern will be matching with all the characters of the substring. Right now the current substring is this one, right? Current substring is this one, and all characters of P, all the characters of the current substring. So these two are not matching. That's why this will be false. Okay, again this will be false, so it is not going to return I. So I plus plus will be done. So I will become 1. Earlier it was 0, now I will become 1. Okay, so I will become 1, and the current substring will be this one. This will be our current substring. Okay, this is our current substring. Now again this string is not completely matching with pattern, so that's why this break will execute, and this if will be false. Again I will become 2. I will become 2. Okay, so what will be the current substring? This one, this one, right? Again this H I will become 2, right? I will become 2, and this is our current substring. Now we will compare this substring with the pattern. H will match with A, H will match with H, A will match with A, this R will match with R, but this A will not match with S, right? So that's why break statement, at this moment the break statement will be executed. Okay, and because of break, okay, because of break, this statement will not be executed because the k will be less than pl. Okay, so I plus plus will be executed, so it will become 3. So what is the current string now? This one. Okay, so it will be AR AS. So again this A will not match H. Okay, so I will be incremented, so I will become 4. So in likewise I will, this for loop will execute till I becomes 8. Okay, so till I becomes 8, this for loop will be executed. When the I will become 8, this 8 is not less than 8. So this, what is the value of this? This is the value of this is 8. And when I will become 8, so this condition will become false, right? This condition will become false. Okay, so this condition will become false. So that's why this for loop will end because of this condition, as this condition is false, right? So this for loop will end, and when this for loop will end, this line will be executed and it will return -1. So meaning of this -1 is what? That no substring matched with the current pattern. So that's why it will return -1, and that will be printed on the string. That string is, the pattern is not found in the string. So in this way this program will run. So this is all about for the pattern type method 1 for pattern matching. In the next session we will see the next topic.